Hello and welcome back to English and Wealth. What is the single biggest communication mistake that we all make every single day? Today we're debating what might be the most important habit from a legendary book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen R. Covey. I'm Liam.
And I'm Chloe. And the habit you're talking about is habit 5. Seek first to understand, then to be understood. It's a famous phrase, but I have to ask, is it always practical? In a fast-paced world, do we really have time for a deep psychological listening session in every conversation?
A fantastic and practical challenge. Covey's argument is that most of us don't listen with the intent to understand. We listen with the intent to reply. We're either speaking or we're preparing to speak. He says the key to effective communication is a technique called empathic listening.
And what exactly does empathic listening involve?
It means listening with your ears, your eyes, and your heart. It's about understanding the other person's feelings and their frame of reference. It's the opposite of listening just to find a gap in their argument so you can jump in with your own opinion.
I believe that's a wonderful ideal for a conversation with a close friend or a family member. But what about in a tough business negotiation or a team meeting where a bad decision is about to be made? Is there not a time and a place to be assertive and make sure your point is heard quickly and clearly?
And let's define that word. To be assertive means to be confident and direct in expressing your views. And you're right, being assertive is a crucial skill. But Covey's argument is that seeking to understand first is the most effective way to be assertive. People are only open to your influence when they feel that you genuinely understand them. Until that point, their minds are closed. It's a classic case of communication being a two-way street.
Exactly. A two-way street is an idiom, meaning a situation that requires mutual effort and responsibility. And to me, that means they have a responsibility to listen to me, just as I have a responsibility to listen to them. It feels like this habit puts all the work on one person.
But only for a moment. It's a strategic first step. By giving the other person your full attention and proving you understand their position, you earn the right to be heard. It's the fastest way for everyone to get on the same page. You have to diagnose before you prescribe.
To be on the same page. Another great idiom, meaning to be in agreement or have the same understanding. I see your point now. It's not about being passive, it's about being effective. You're not just listening to be nice, you're listening to gather the information you need to make your own point more powerfully.
Precisely, you seek first to understand, which then creates the conditions for you to be understood.
Okay, let's recap our deep dive debate on Habit 5 from the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. First, we defined the habit, seek first to understand, then to be understood. I challenged it as being too passive for a world that often requires us to be assertive.
Liam explained that it's not about passivity, but about effectiveness. Using empathic listening is the best way to get everyone on the same page and ensure communication is a two-way street.
We concluded that the habit is a strategic first step to effective communication, allowing you to understand a situation fully before you try to influence it.
And now it's time for the British Accent Challenge. Today's challenge is all about the ed ending on past tense verbs. It can have 3 different sounds: t, d, or id.
This is a classic difficulty for learners.
It is. So here is our challenge sentence. I wanted to be understood, so I listened and learned. It uses all 3 sounds. Your challenge, Chloe, is to say it naturally.
I wanted to be understood, So I listened and learned. The ed in wanted is a whole extra syllable, but in listened and learned, it's just a d sound.
Perfectly demonstrated. The rule is simple. If the verb ends in a t or d sound, we add an extra syllable, id, like wanted. For most other verbs, it's just a d sound, like learned, or a t sound, like in walked. Let's break down the sentence slowly for everyone. Repeat after me. I wanted to be understood, so I listened and learned. Pause for repetition. Now the full sentence. I wanted to be understood, so I listened and learned. Pause for repetition. Fantastic. If you can master that sentence, you've mastered the ed endings.
So that's all we have time for today. A habit that could genuinely change our relationships.
It could, and our reflection question for you is this. In your next important conversation this week, try to practice empathic listening. Don't think about your reply. Just try to understand the other person's point of view as deeply as you can and see what happens.
A simple but powerful experiment.
Thank you so much for joining us. We hope this debate has given you a new perspective. Join us next week on the Freedom Equation.
Don't forget to follow us on your favorite podcast app. Until next time, keep learning.
And keep thinking. Goodbye for now.